All right, let's take a look at shares of Levi. We see the company up about 4% following earnings out last night, coming in better than expected. Joining us now to talk about the latest quarter is Levi Strauss CFO Hermit Singh. Hermit, great to have you back on the program. Thanks for jumping on this morning. Let's just start with kind of how the business looks to you guys now, beating on the top line last night and offering some quality guidance, at least as far as the street sees it, for the first half of this year.
Good morning, all of you. It's great to be back. We are clearly emerging, from the pandemic a stronger company. We had a strong quarter, as you reflected. We beat our internal and external expectations, despite a third of our stores in Europe being closed. We also raised our H1 guidance, both top line on the back of a faster recovery. We're getting more optimistic with every passing day as the consumer sentiment, especially in the US and Asia, continues to improve. And our structural economics are better. So we also raised our guidance on the bottom line. So overall, we feel good about how consumers are emerging from home and turning to denim, as they dress up, especially as the world has become a lot more casual in the dress, code. So overall, feeling fairly good as we step into quarter two and the second half of the year.
Hermit, one thing that stood out to me in this release, and I don't hear it often, the men's business was your top performing category. So what are men buying right now, and why are they buying it?
Yeah, it's across both men and women, Brian. I think what we are seeing is as people turn back to denim, we are seeing people buying looser, baggier fits. If you recollect, sometime in 2020, we came up with balloon jeans. And, we're seeing people turn and become a lot more casual. When I joined the company 7-8 years ago, I bought a 550, which is a looser fit. It was parked in my closet. Well, it's back on. And our women's business, the looser fits are really doing well. 40% of our women's business in quarter one was looser fits. That was up 14%. And the same thing we're seeing with the 550s and the 559s for men, that is up dramatically. So I think, as the world casualizes and becomes a lot more casual in the dress code, it really plays to our strength. We have a great brand. Our styles and silhouettes really fit the consumer, both, across all demographic, especially the younger consumer. And as we get into quarter two, we are launching a sustainability campaign. It's all about buying better, way longer. And I think it really, echoes well with the consumer needs of today.
Hermit, it's Julie here. I remember the last time we talked with you, we talked about how all of us are having trouble wrapping our heads around having to put something on our bodies that requires a zip and a button, for example, when it comes to pants. So I'm curious, when you're seeing your trends, not just male and female, but geographically, are you seeing higher sales in places that are more reopened around the globe or around the country?
Well, Julie, I've never had that problem. So, I'm Levi's head to toe. But to your question, I think, we are seeing that as the economies open, as the lockdowns lift, people are turning to denim. We believe the denim cycle is resurging. The denim cycle was last set about a decade ago when we launched the skinny jeans. And now with the advent of looser, baggier fits, we're leading those trends. And we see that, continuing for a long, long time. We're seeing it with our customers. That's our, retailers around the world who are, buying product from us. We're seeing it as consumers buy across our direct-to-consumer business. We're seeing our digital channels really surge. In the last quarter, our digital ecosystem was up 41%. And it's about a fourth of our company volumes. It used to be about 16% a year ago. So I think the investments we are making, the fact that the consumer is digitizing their experience, we are digitizing their experiences, is all making a big difference.
I want to ask a bit about another topic that you spoke about on the call, and that's been top of mind for a lot of manufacturers and retailers lately, and that's Xinjiang, the area in China where a lot of cotton is sourced. Now, you made clear on the call you guys do not source from that area, but there have been other companies, Nike most notably, that have sort of spoken out against what is seen as forced labor in that region, even though they don't source from there. So as a company executive, how do you decide when it's appropriate to speak up on issues like that?
Yeah, Julie, thank you for asking that. It's a complicated situation. We are watching it closely. We do not source product from Xinjiang or have relationship with fabric mills in Xinjiang. As a company, because if the focus on human rights and labor has been something that we've been advocating for a long, long time. When we rolled out the terms of engagement over 30 years ago, we made it very clear and we prohibited the use of forced labor anywhere in the supply chain system. And as you've seen, we have not had any material impact by the boycotts. In fact, our business in China is a small piece of our business. We think commercially is clearly an opportunity for us longer term. So, as you've heard, we do take stands on issues, and these issues are issues that are important to us. They resonate with our values. When we do businesses in countries, and these are all countries around the world, it has to marry in with the values as a company that we advocate.
Harmeet, but do you think just the concern around this issue, does this ultimately hurt American brands trying to do business in China right now?
I think, from our perspective, we source across, 23, 24 countries around the world. So we're not sourcing a lot of product, from China into the U.S. We were sourcing a lot more. It's dramatically reduced. And I think companies should take stands that are important to them, that resonate with their values. And we as a company have done that, not only across supply chain, but across other initiatives that, have come to light over the last couple of years. We took, a large stand on the diversity, inclusion, and equity standings, as you know. It's an important piece of, of how we run the company. And we're now compensating, senior leaders in the company, to drive both improvement in our diversity stats as well as improve the culture in the company. And so we're very transparent about issues and things that are important and resonate with the consumers are things we will speak against.
All right, Harmit Singh, CFO, Levi Strauss. Harmeet, always great to get your thoughts. Thanks so much for jumping on. I know we'll talk next quarter.